Okay, this is still week 1, and we're working on order of operations and evaluating expressions. I want you to have lots of confidence on this because you did a lot of work with this topic in Math 99 if you took Math 99. You've heard of PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's the acronym for that expression, that phrase. The P stands for do all the operations in parentheses first. Now, it can also include other grouping symbols like parentheses, brackets, and square root signs. Okay, so basically the P stands for do all parentheses and grouping symbols. The E stands for do all exponents next. Do all exponents. So, like if you have 5 to the 6th power, do that before you do anything else with that 5, unless it's in parentheses. The M and D stand for multiplication and division. Now be careful. It means multiplication or division, whichever comes first from left to right. So on your cheat sheet, I also have written the word or in between them. Times or divide, whichever comes first from left to right. And finally, addition and subtraction are last. That's the last thing you do. And again, it's whichever comes first. It's not always addition. If the subtraction comes first, you do the subtraction. It's addition or subtraction, whichever comes first from left to right. Okay, common mistakes, always thinking that you need to do addition before subtraction. That's not true. If the subtraction comes first, you do it first, and then you do the addition. Another common mistake, thinking that the exponent applies to more than one of what it's stuck on. So like up here, 2z to the 3rd power, that 3 is only on the z, not on the 2. So we only raise whatever is being put in for z to the 3rd power, not the 2. Okay, let's get some practice. You're going to be given expressions and then that have an unknown value in it, one unknown value or more than one, and then you're going to be told what number to put in for that unknown amount. So in this expression, we've got a mystery number x, and we're doing some things to x, and we want to find out what that amounts to if x is actually a -3. So here's how I'd like you to begin doing these every time you work on them. Recopy the expression, and wherever that mystery number is, wherever the letter is, take it out and put a pocket. So 3, there's an x next, that's my mystery number. I'm going to be taking it out and put a number in its place, so put an empty pocket, parentheses, for that letter x. And then that gets raised to the 2nd power. So 3x squared became 3 pocket squared. Minus, I need another pocket because I'm going to be putting something in the pocket. And then subtract 8. Now, once you have your pockets made, go get the thing you're putting in for x and put it in the pockets. So I'm putting in a -3 in both locations. Now we're going to use our order of operations to simplify this expression and get it down to one number. Now, do anything in parentheses first. Alright, let's look inside the parentheses. There's just a -3. There's nothing to combine with it. There's no operation going on inside the parentheses here and here. So I can strike that off my list. But next comes exponents. I do need to do -3 to the 2nd power first before I times it by this 3. And it's just the -3 that's getting squared. So this means I'm doing -3 times itself, not times 2, -3 multiplied twice. -3 squared means -3 times itself. -3 times -3 is +9. So this first term becomes 3 times 9. All that became 9. Now, I'm going to take a look at what to do next. Let me rewrite the expression as far as we've gone. Okay, done my parentheses. Nope, didn't have to work on those. Exponents I did. Now it's multiplication or division, whichever comes first from left to right. I've got multiplication here and none anywhere else. So this is what I do next. So now I have 27 minus a -3 minus 8. By the way, these parentheses aren't multiplication. They're just holding the negative sign on the -3. Alright, next. Addition or subtraction, whichever comes first from left to right. So now 27 subtract a negative 3. If you remember from working with integers in the first videos, I need to turn this into add the opposite. Add the opposite. So this just becomes 27 plus 3, which is 30. And then subtract 8, and 30 minus 8 is 22. My final answer. Now if you get this far and get stuck on adding and subtracting the integers, just put it in your calculator. Let's do that. So if I put in 27 subtract negative 3. Look how I entered that. And then I'm going to subtract 8 more. Now remember, I put in subtraction first and then the negative sign for the negative 3 that was in the parentheses. And then subtract 8, and indeed I do get 22. So use your calculator if you're not absolutely sure when multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting integers. Okay?